Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. I'm Ebony, and today I just wanted to hop on here really quick and share what I have been working on. Okay, so I have two patterns that I'm gonna share. One of them is my first time making, and then the other one I've made before. I think I've shown this pattern on my channel before. So let's get right into it. So up first, one second, let me grab the pattern. Okay, so for the first pattern, I have New Look 6197. It's this one. I'm making View B, which is the one that the model is wearing. It's the short sleeve, and then it has like the curved hem at the bottom. I'm kind of treating this as like a muslin. If you have watched my channel before, you know that I tried to make a button down, and it was my first time, and so I'm just kind of trying to get more comfortable with sewing buttonholes and sewing collars and facings and things like that. So I recently went to a local fabric store out here in Arizona, and I just bought like some, I think it's like a linen blend. It's definitely not real linen. It's kind of like a blend. So I went there and picked that up, and then I've kind of just have like been testing it out, and I'll show you guys what it looks like so far. I'm not done yet. The last thing I need to do is sew down the facings because they're kind of like flopping back and forth right now, and then I need to add the buttons, but everything else is pretty much done. So I'll go grab that and share that with you guys really quick. Okay, so here is what it looks like. So it's like this kind of Aztec print. Again, I got it locally from a fabric store out here in Phoenix, Arizona. This is what the inside looks like. I ended up doing the burrito method. The pattern itself, the instructions don't have you cut out two yolks, but I just did that just because I remembered from a previous pattern that it just gives it a cleaner finish. And so I went ahead and took that upon myself to do that. So yeah, this is what the inside looks like. I just used my serger for the most part as far as like cleaning up my seams and things of that nature. And then as far as like my hems, I just serged the ends and then turned it up. I don't know if you guys can, yeah, this is picking up. I just turned it up. Like I said in the beginning, I'm practicing with getting comfortable with sewing buttonholes. So I'll show you guys. They're not the best, don't judge. This should be a judgment-free zone. You can still kind of see the erasable marker on there. But yeah, this is what the buttonholes look like. I think this might be the straightest my buttonholes have ever been that I've done, which I'm really proud of. Just trying to get more comfortable with like using my machine and trusting my machine and trusting myself. So, and then this is the facing. And so yeah, all I pretty much have left is I just kind of want to obviously clean up the inside a little bit more and tack down the facings. This is the other side. So yeah, I need to add the buttons to this side and then tack down the facing. Overall, the pattern is kind of straightforward. There are tutorials or sew-alongs of people who have made the pattern before. So if you need that, definitely utilize that information. But the instructions itself are pretty straightforward. It does kind of, just from me sewing a collar before, the instructions that they give are different than what I've done before. I won't say it's confusing because, you know, there's several ways to do a step, so I'm not gonna call them out on that. But what I ended up doing, because it kind of has you attach the collar a certain way, and then it has like the facings are still open. So what I ended up trying to do was just fitting the collar and the facing to the collar before I stitched in the ditch to close out, if that makes sense. So I tried to kind of put the facing inside of the seam allowance for the collar. And then when I went to go stitch in the ditch on the outside, I ended up catching the facing in it that way. But I still want to go in and tack it down. Obviously, I don't want it to be flopping around, but For buttons, I have like a pack that I got from Amazon. So I'm gonna end up putting white buttons on. It's like a little multi-pack that you can get from Amazon. And this is what the buttons look like, very basic. Again, this is just like, I'm treating it as a wearable muslin, just to get comfortable with sewing buttonholes and collars and facings and things like that. So that's that for now. And then whenever I went to buy this fabric, my rule of thumb, like if I'm just shopping for fabric and I don't have any plans, I try and get between 2 to 2.5, maybe even sometimes 3 yards if I like the fabric a lot, if I don't know what I'm doing. So I ended up buying, I think it was like 2.5 yards of this fabric. And so I had about a yard left, a little over a yard actually. And I decided that I wanted to make some shorts. And I'll go grab those for you guys so that you can see, and then I'll also grab the pattern so you can see the pattern that I used. All right, so this is the pattern that I used. You have seen this on my channel before. It is McCall's 8057. It is very much my tried and true. I have made just about every view on this pattern. It's very easy, very beginner friendly. I can't recommend it enough. Let's see, for this sake, I made view A, but I did not do the 3 casings of elastic for the waistband. I just did 1 casing because I just wanted to not waste fabric and just make something with the fabric just so that I didn't have this random, yardage sitting in my stash. So this is what they look like. Just to give you guys a view, very basic. The most difficult thing was obviously I wanted to make sure that it lined up, the pattern lined up, or whatever you want to call it. I pattern matched. But basically I just used my 1.5 inch elastic, sewed it down, folded it over. And then for the hem, I just serged the end and then folded it under. Very simple. I think for these, what size did I do? I did a large, which is a 16 to 18, just based off of my hip measurement. My hips are around a 45 and the hip measurement for the large is a 47. So that was perfect. I don't have any pictures, or at least I don't think I do. If I do, I'll go ahead and insert them, pictures or video of my progress so far. But it's just what I'm working on for right now. I still need to add the buttons and give the top a really good press. It's linen, so it's starting to wrinkle. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and share what I have been working on. All right, if you have made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have not already, please consider subscribing. It would really mean a lot to me. Definitely like this video, leave me a comment down below letting me know what you think, or if you have made these patterns before. And I will see you guys in my next upload. Thank you so much for watching.